This is NR2003 Predicts. We take the entry list of the top 3 NASCAR series, send them through the N ratings algorithm, set them up by their provisional lineups, and set the forecast as they will be on race day, and we see what the computer says will be the finishing order on race day. In the Truck Series, their finale for round 1, it was Todd Gilliland to cross the line first, followed by Sam Mayer, Grant Enfinger, Matt Crafton, and Sheldon Creed. Austin Hill and John Hunter Nemechek also up there inside the top 10. Stuart Friesen had some issues. He ended up outside the top 20, and also problems for Carson Hocevar, all the way back in 37th as he wrecks out of this one. And in the Xfinity race, it was Harrison Burton claiming victory, already a part of the playoff conversation, so no change in the top 12. Jeb Burton, Justin Allgaier, Jeremy Clements, and Josh Berry filling in for Michael Annett. Re-injured his leg and now is going to be out of the playoffs after missing several races at the end of the regular season. Some troubles for Sam Mayer and Noah Gragson, the winner of the last 2 races. Also Brett Moffitt finishing in last position with an accident. And now it is time for the Cup Series race. 500 laps around this half-mile oval. Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin bring them to the green flag. And a big launch for Denny Hamlin as he gets way out in front of the 19 early on in this one. 2 straight nights of intense finishes, and now we're going to see if the Cup Series can deliver the same. Chase Elliott, a 12.1 average finish, leads the active drivers here. He's up in the second position now, stuck behind Josh Berry. He looks like he already has a lot of damage. He must have gotten to the wall somewhere because he is already really slow and pulling up a few cars. 8 Bristol victories for Kyle Busch, currently outside the top 10. These playoffs have not gone his way, and he is trying to see if he can maintain his spot inside of the top 12 as they go into the first elimination race. Kevin Harvick, 13 top 5s here, just one shy of Kyle Busch. Having some trouble getting on that inside lane. The outside seems to be working a lot, and he is kind of falling outside the top 10 as he's stuck behind Anthony Alfredo. Here's a move for the lead. William Byron, outside the cut line right now. He moves to the outside of Denny Hamlin and charges to the lead. And problems here, J.J. Yeley. Ill-advised move there as he goes right down on Ryan Blaney. Contact with him. Blaney trying to maintain a decent buffer, but can't be safe with anything, especially when you have to go for stage points. Here goes Martin Truex Jr. pulling the same move that Byron pulled on Hamlin, and he heads to the lead. Kurt Busch, dangerous territory for him as he's at the playoff cut line. 21 top 10s at this racetrack, though. He is hoping that he can find his way into that top 10 as he's currently 1 spot behind, just behind Ryan Preece, and now he has broken into it. Brad Keselowski caught in a little bit of traffic. He's just short of eclipsing 1,000 laps led here. Kyle Busch with over 2,500 around this racetrack in front. And coming to the line, it's going to be Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Austin Dillon, Christopher Bell, and William Byron inside the top 5. Kurt Busch also getting a stage point. Big for Blaney after having that contact, but if you did watch that shot, Denny Hamlin, who was leading this race a while ago, he just went a lap down, barely missed out, beating his teammate back to the line. The 11 car now a lap down. Contact here going into turn 3, starts stage 2. Cole Custer, Eric Almirola into the wall, and Almirola with heavy damage. 3 points ahead of the cut line, and he's going to go out of this race. Last place for him. That is unlikely to move him on in these playoffs. We head to the restart, and Martin Truex Jr. started up front, but Ryan Blaney, a huge shot all around the outside as Truex tried to take the bottom line. Tyler Reddick is not in the conversation right now. In fact, he looks like he has a bit of damage. Reddick, the last car to get in on points, now currently below the cut line, trying to advance to round number 2. And J.J. Yeley coming off a pit lane right in front of Brad Keselowski. Christopher Bell also makes contact. Caution goes out as Yeley around in turn 3, but a mindless incident there as the 51 tries to pull off a pit lane and gets in front of a playoff competitor and makes contact with another. Looks like everyone's fine and staying on track as Kurt Busch started in the lead, but Austin Dillon made that outside move once again. That line is really coming into it, and it looks like that's going to be an advantage here. Kevin Harvick having some early troubles. Haven't really talked about an incident for him, but he is a lap down. And while he has an okay buffer, he needs to make sure he doesn't have huge problems, and he's going to make one of his own. Kyle Larson going around in contact. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. also collected. And Larson should be fine on points as he and Stenhouse both go behind the wall, done for the night. But wow, what a move right there by Harvick, trying to get a little bit further ahead, and he's going to take a competitor in the playoffs out of the race. Truex gets up to the front. William Byron trying to run that outside line to get by him, but it's not going to work. Truex will win the race back to the line to take stage 2. William Byron, Austin Dillon, Kyle Busch, and Matt Benedetto also inside the top 5. Alex Bowman, Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, all their playoff competitors inside the top 10. And now we hit stage 3, the final stage, 250 laps. And here's some drivers that are competing for a spot. Obviously, it's going to depend on the drivers around them as well, but these two tied on stage points right now, and they were tied coming into this race. They have to beat each other on the racetrack to make sure that they are going through. And contact between teammates! Ryan Blaney and Keselowski, big hit for Alex Bowman. Gets nailed in the door by Eric Jones. Looks like Blaney was trying to get around Bilicki and came up in front of his teammate who had to run off the corner. And Alex Bowman also took a huge hit in that instant, but you can see still running on the racetrack and still on the lead lap for that matter. Still trying to make sure that he is going into this next round. Very tenacious in this fight for the next round. And problems here, Kurt Busch turns the 0-0 into the wall. Anthony Alfredo also collected as well as Ryan Newman, and a hit for Ryan Blaney. And more troubles for the 12 car. Looks like the 0-0 hit the outside wall, and Kurt Busch was just there on the exit to turn him around, and Blaney's going to take even more contact. Hit the restart with Buescher up in front, but Priest trying to go to the low line, and he's going to get hit by Newman. Keselowski, McDowell also involved, and the 37 flipping over. That is not something you see at Bristol every day, but the 37, which was having a solid day running in third, is going to be out in this one. Get to the restart. Blaney still trying to get his damage repaired, and problems here out of turn 2. Logano and DiBenedetto get together, but Justin Haley with the heavy contact. That's going to get the 77 out of this race. And what is this? William Byron, who is up there trying to stay with this lead group. He's got mechanical issues. He's on pit lane, and they are taking it behind the wall. More front runners, more playoff competitors falling out in this one. We go back to the restart. Martin Truex Jr. with a good run. He's getting away from these guys, but there's going to be more contact here. Teammates Cole Custer, Chase Briscoe, and also teammates in RCR camp involved in that one as well. Fortunately, no one else comes around and clobbers the 41 car. But another caution as this third stage has just been wreck-filled, and a lot of decent competitors being taken out in this one. And look at Alex Bowman. He's coming up to the front and challenging Kyle Busch for the lead. Look at how much damage is on that 48 car. Had a massive shot in the door from Eric Jones, and now he is driving that thing to the lead. Here's another driver to take a look at. Chase Elliott hasn't gotten any stage points today, but he is now inside the top 10. 2 laps down right now, but for him, this is just good enough. He just needs to get into the next round, and problems here. Garrett Smithley turned around by Austin Dillon up the track. And right in front of the leaders, but still not going to get hit. And that is a miracle in and of itself. So we'll have another restart, and Bowman out in front trying to hold off Martin Truex Jr., but how about Kyle Busch fighting back? He's going to go for that lead once again. He's got it in secure hands right now, trying to see if he can get to the end of this one. And 3 wide's not going to work at Bristol. Bowman into the wall again. Kurt Busch around, and Michael McDowell. Oh, and another hit. Josh Bilicki runs into the back of Joey Logano, and I also believe that 19 of Martin Truex Jr. ran into Kurt Busch. And actually, that's going to take Kurt Busch out of this one. And that was not what he needed. The 19 also going behind the wall, but he is safe with his victory at Richmond. Oh, and a hit here. Turn 4, Denny Hamlin, James Davis entangle. And we stay green, but the 11 is going to have to come down to pit lane. And as he comes up, he hits Eric Jones. Another contact on the backstretch, but a huge hit. Multiple cars involved. David Starr, Ross Chastain, BJ McLeod. And Kyle Busch flies into it. The accident well over, and the leader just plows into the 78 car. And now he is out of the race. And that leaves Joey Logano trying to battle Alex Bowman. Both cars have damage, but look at that 48 car. It is destroyed on the back end and in the door. It's been in 2 huge accidents so far, but it could go to victory lane tonight. It's Bristol, baby, and right now the 48 car has a solid lead over the 22. And it looks like coming off of turn 4, no one's going to challenge him. Alex Bowman wins at Bristol. Very few times have you seen a car that damaged and involved in that many accidents take the victory, but Bowman has made it happen as he gets the advantage over Joey Logano. Matt Benedetto finds his way into third place. Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, playoff contenders with safe top 5 finishes. Chris Buescher was in contention for a while. He finishes 6th. Austin Dillon, first driver out of these playoffs, finishes 7th. Daniel Suarez with a nice 8th place run, and Brad Keselowski, the last driver inside the top 10. Michael Mcdowell, despite also being in that accident with Alex Bowman, he finishes 12th. His teammate Anthony Alfredo finishes 13th. A lot of these drivers that you wouldn't expect to see up in the top 20 getting those positions because of so much attrition. Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin able to finish out this race. Kyle Busch, really don't understand how he got involved in that accident. He finishes 21st. And he did not have a great buffer on the cut line, but we'll see how it plays out with the other drivers. Martin Truex Jr. safe, but out of this one. Kurt Busch did not finish. Ryan Blaney barely kept it on the racetrack. Byron Larson and Almirola all out of this event. That is it for NR2003 Predicts. We hope you enjoyed the race, and we will see you all next time.